Spotting animation mistakes in Bluey is difficult, but also equally fun. Some of these mistakes happen so quickly that no one even notices them, but our sharp eye managed to catch some of them, and we are going to check out some of them in this video. Like in the episode Pass the Parcel, we noticed the weirdest error yet. Lucky's dad is hosting the game of Pass the Parcel, but he has changed the rule. And looking at the parents' reaction, it's safe to say that they aren't pleased with it. But wait, there's a mistake here. If we zoom on to Jasper G's mum, we can notice her hand looks a bit weird. She literally has two arms at one side. Seems like the animators misplaced her hand. This next animation error is kinda similar to the one that we saw in the episode Horsey Ride, where Bandit's face was looking a bit weird, but this time it has to do with Bluey. In the episode Dirt, Bluey and Bingo are having a lot of fun playing in a massive pile of mud. And during the scene where Judo goes to her home because she can't play in the mud, we can notice Bandit watering the giant pile of mud. And while doing so, he sprays some of the water onto Bingo and Bluey's face. And there was an error right there. You didn't notice it? Don't worry, we will slow down the scene for you. Right at the moment the water lands on Bluey's face, we can notice the fur on her face completely disappeared. She looks identical to how Bandit looks in the Horsey Ride episode. Like father, like daughter. No one knew this error till now because it happened so fast. The error was there for a microsecond, but our watchful eyes managed to catch it. Moving on, in the episode Fruit Bat, we see a really interesting error. In one of the scenes where Bandit is sleeping on the living room floor, we can see Chili beside him with her hockey stick. And we all know Chili loves playing field hockey. In the scene, she's taping her hockey stick, and we can see she already made a few rounds with it. But when Bluey enters the scene, the yellow tape around the hockey stick disappears as if Chili never wrapped it, even though she just did it. It happens from one frame to another. Maybe the animators forgot that the stick was already wrapped. Now, for this next animation error, we have to go through multiple episodes of Bluey. Let's begin from the very first episode of Season 1, Magic Xylophone. In this episode, when Bluey and Bingo are running through their room, we can notice a photo frame in the nightstand. Let's look at the photo closely. In it, we can notice that Bluey has one eye closed and her tongue out, and Bingo has her mouth closed. But in the episode Veranda Santa, which is 52nd of first season, we can also see the same photo frame in the nightstand. But the mistake is that the photo is slightly different than before. Earlier, Bluey had one eye closed, her tongue out, and Bingo had her mouth closed. But in this photo, Bluey's tongue is not out, and also Bingo's mouth is open. But that's not all. In the episode Bedroom, which is 2nd of 3rd season, the photo has again changed slightly. This time, Bluey has both of her eyes open, unlike before, where she had only one of her eyes open. Like here, we can see these three pictures are different than each other. Maybe animators forgot what the original photo looked like. Going back to the Fruit Bat episode, we noticed a really cool mistake. In the scene, where Bandit is drying Bluey's head, the bathroom door is open, and Bingo is inside. But that's not the mistake. Look at the window. We can see that, at least through it, it's still daytime, which would be normal if the kids weren't already getting ready for bed, as it's already nighttime, as seen at the beginning of the episode. Plus, when they head to the bedroom, the window there shows it's already dark. Maybe the Healer House has different time zones in different rooms. In the episode Magic Xylophone, Bluey, Bingo, and Bandit are playing a game of pretend where Bluey and Bingo have a magic xylophone that can freeze Bandit in space and time. And in one scene, Bluey and Bingo freeze Bandit in the garden and make him hold many toys and plushies. Moments later, when the sisters unfreeze Bandit, he tosses everything on the ground. But the mistake is, moments later, Bluey and Bandit go back to the garden, but there are no toys and plushies there. Everything has disappeared. Knowing Bluey and Bingo, I doubt they cleared it up. Even if they did, they need flash speed to clean it up so fast. Now this next error is really confusing. In the episode Mums and Dads, when Indy and Rusty pretend to be parents, they struggle to agree on who should get a job. Later, Indy finds it hard to get a babysitter, and Bluey pretends Rusty is her baby. And I have to say, I felt sorry for Rusty when Bluey forced him to wear kids' clothes and pretend to be a baby. But that's not the mistake here. In the scene where Bluey is literally chasing Rusty with a baby stroller to get him back to playing, they pass by two kids on a swing. But these kids don't attend this school because they're Bingo's classmates. And we all know Bingo and Bluey go to different schools. Seems like even animators got confused about the characters, But I don't blame them. There are so many characters in Bluey that it can be hard to keep track of everyone. In the episode Spy Games, where the kids pretend to be secret agents with a mission to collect very tricky items, we find a very quick animation error. In one of the scenes, Bandit is making barbecue with other parents around him. But suddenly, Bandit loses control of the barbecue, and the fire gets too big. And at this exact moment, if we look at Chili, we'll notice her face is almost all brown for a scene. Maybe Chili got so scared that even her face changed colors. Now this next animation error is up for a debate. In the episode Keepy Uppy, we notice something very interesting. In the scene where Bluey wakes up and is getting out of her bed, we notice that something is missing in that bed. Do you know what I am talking about? Well, I am talking about the pillow. There's literally no pillow on the bed. We've seen Bluey's bed before, and there's always a pillow there. There are only two explanations for this. First, Chili forgot to put pillow on Bluey's bed. And second, the animators simply forgot to draw the pillow, which I think is the actual reason. Now let's talk about the mistake in one of the most loved Bluey episodes. And I am indeed talking about the camping episode. In one of the scenes where Bluey and her family are gathered with Uncle Stripe's family by a campfire roasting marshmallow, we noticed a very funny error. When Stripe closes his eyes, we can see that one of his eyes closes in the opposite direction, as if it were upside down. The one on the outside is closed normally. The one on the inside of the scene is like it's inverted, and we literally saw all of this in the blink of an eye. In the episode Duck Cake, Bluey wants to help Bandit make Bingo's birthday cake, but first, she must put away her toys. But nothing can tempt her to clean up until Bandit drops the cake, and when he does so, he gets quite upset. But that's not the mistake. If we zoom onto the background, we can notice the Long Dog Easter egg on top of the cupboard. But the issue is, in the end part of the episode, Chili returns home, and in one of the scenes where she's standing in front of the cupboard we saw earlier, there's no long dog on top of it. But earlier, there was. This is either an animation error, or the long dog simply appears in one scene only. In the episode Christmas Swim, the entire Healer family gather in Nana's house to celebrate Christmas. And in the later part of the episode, the whole family goes out to the pool for a swim. Here, Muffin and Chili are playing a game of pretend, where Muffin is pretending to be an office worker. When Chili calls Muffin, saying that the ferry is about to leave, Muffin pretends to put on her work clothes quickly, and while doing so, a mistake occurs. Normally, Muffin's dark fur on her face starts from her eye, but in this scene, the dark fur moves down a little and starts near her cheek. Now that's a cheeky mistake. So, these were some of the animation errors we found in Bluey. And as always, we'll see you all in the next video.